Hello everyone, I'm Atul Dahale and welcome to our YouTube chess channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you the brief history of the first official chess Olympiad happened in the history of chess that was held in 1927, guys. In this video, I'm going to show you many other interesting facts, or you can say stats in this case. So stay tuned with me till the end and enjoy the video. The bonus point is also there. I'm going to show you the first game victory in the history of chess Olympiads in the end, so stay tuned for that also. So before we go further, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you are new here. So let's begin. The first Olympiad happened in London, United Kingdom in the year of 1927. The date was 18th to 30th of July. Okay, it was held in Westminster Central Hall, and a very interesting fact about this Olympiad is that only 16 teams participated in this Olympiad. Well, the total number of participants were 70. In some of the teams, 4 players played. In some teams, 5 players played. And the format of the tournament was not the Swiss League. It was a round robin. So 4 boards played again, 4 boards of the opponent's team, and they had round robin tournament. Total number of games which were played was 480. And the winner of the tournament, the gold medal, got the cup that is called as the Hamilton Russell Cup, who was the main sponsor of this tournament, who was from London, and he was a great chess enthusiast and supporter of chess. Another interesting thing about this Olympiad is I'm going to tell you the names of the teams because only 16 teams participated. The teams were, of course, the host, the Great Britain, or you can say England was there, Hungary, Denmark, the Netherlands, Czechoslovakia, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Yugoslavia, Italy, Sweden, Argentina, France, Finland, Belgium, and Spain. You might be saying USA and Russia were not there. Well, yes, at that time, many things were happening and they were not the part of the Olympiad. Well, the winners of this tournament were pretty interesting. Okay, I'm going to tell you in the last round of this Olympiad, something was cooking up. That was well, we will come to the last round game, but before we go further, I would like to show you this photo of this Olympiad where Hungary was the favorite team, and many players were very smartly attired. You can see in this picture over here. And well, the top scorers of this tournament were Thomas George Allen, then Normal Hans Holger, and Richard Reti. Okay, so these were the players which were doing fantastic job, and Hungary was declared as the winner after scoring massive number of points in this tournament. And after that, the dark horse of the tournament, which were not that much seeded, higher rated, you can say, Denmark team was there, and the third team was the host, that is the Great Britain. So this is like the brief history of this Olympiad, I will say. One more interesting fact about this Olympiad was in the last round, okay, Hungary and Denmark were leading the tournament, and they were playing against Spain and Belgium. So they had to win their respective matches and to score a maximum number of points. In the end, Hungary managed to score maximum number of points, and Danish team lost their, you can say, coolness, the way they were playing until this point, and they were not able to win the last round. And the third place was won by the host team, that is Great Britain. So guys, in this video now we will be going further, and I'm going to show you one very interesting game. As I said earlier, this is the first ever win in the history of chess Olympiads. The game was played between Yates Frederick and Nageli Oscar. The game started with e4. Yates is white, and then c5 was played. Sicilian defense, my favorite opening, you can say. Knight to f3, knight c6, d4 was played. C captures d4, knight captures d4, knight f6, and then knight c3 and d6. This is the classical variation of the Sicilian defense. Then white played bishop to e2. It is a very sweet and short and sweet game, I will say, and a very interesting tactic happened in the end. So stay tuned with me and hit the like button. Okay, here he castled in this position. After castle, bishop to e7 was played, then king to h1. Well, after king h1, it is quite obvious that he wants to play something like f4 in future. Black calmly castled. Both the sides completed the development. White has completed development of two bishops, two knights. Castling has been done. Black has also done the same thing. Well, a6 was played. Many times we have seen that the knight jumps on b5 square and attack the pawn on d6. That's why black had played a6 move. But it was not exactly needed in the position. Maybe bishop d7 was also a viable option. Another thing about a6 move is like queen c7 might be one of the you can say tricks in the position. Well, here he played f4, which was earlier planned by him. Queen c7, developing a queen, then queen e1. Well, this kind of moves, whenever you play, they are considered as the attacking moves, because white is showing his intentions that he wants to play queen to g3 and attack the pawn on g7 and maybe some attacking possibilities on the king side. Okay, bishop d7 was played, then queen g3 as I said earlier, and now he played rook a c8. Black is not that much concerned about the attack on the king side, which might be happening. Well, white knows this thing that at that time players, yes, of course he was a very strong player and he understood the value of developing the pieces. So before we go for the complete attack onslaught, you can say, you need to develop all your pieces. That's why he plays rook 8 d1 in the position. Okay, then rook f d8 was played, and now he plays e5, breaking into the center. This is very important because, like, let's suppose you capture the pawn, he will capture the pawn, and you might say like the pawn on e5 is hanging, but not exactly, because if you capture the pawn on e5 with the knight, we will play bishop to f4, and then there will be a pin in this position. Another interesting option, like after bishop to, there is a pin, and you need to defend the position for a long time. So that's not that much cool. So instead of capturing on e5, he decided to play knight d5. Okay, but that was actually a big blunder in the position. I will say like the best option was d captures e5 or maybe knight e8, supporting the pawn on g7. These two options were there even if you wanted to keep the pieces on the board. But playing knight d5 is pretty bad because of one interesting tactic. So you can pause the video and think about it and try to find out what might have been played in the position. Well, I hope that you have thought about it. The best move in this position was actually knight to f5, attacking straight away the g7 pawn, and if you capture here, then knight captures on d5. The knight is attacking on c7 as well as e7. The queen needs to move somewhere. It is not having that many squares. Well, we can play queen to a5 in this case, but you can already see that the bishop will be coming on b6 square, and we will be getting an exchange and so many other things here. So after knight captures d5, maybe queen b8 is something which we can try to defend, but bishop to b6. All white pieces are completely dominating in the position, and it feels very difficult position for black to play. Even let's suppose you move your rook to save it from the attack, then we have a very strong move, that is knight f6 check. The thing is that you cannot capture with this. If you capture with the bishop, this will capture. Now the on g7 checkmate is there, so need to play g6, and then we have queen g5. Idea is to play queen h6 followed by checkmate. If you play king to h8 in this case, we'll still play queen h6, rook g8 to stop this checkmate. And now here a deadly threat is there. This is called as the rook lift also, that is rook to d3. The idea is if you play any random move, let's suppose you play bishop to 8, the idea is to play queen to h7 check, king captures h7, and rook h3 check and mate. Very beautiful. Well, in the game he opted for playing something simpler. He just captured on d5, and then after e captures d5, he played knight captures c6, b captures c6, and now here in this position he played bishop d4. Of course, there were some tactical possibilities which he did not go for, but his idea is quite clear. He wants to capture on d6 and then capture on g7, and it's a check and mate. Black defended the g7 point with bishop to f8, but now he goes for f5 move. He knows his stuff, like he wants to attack on the king side, so he goes for that thing. And then c5, attacking the bishop on d4, but he said like, okay, first let me attack on your queen. He captures here, queen captures on d6, he plays bishop to e5, queen c6 was played, and now the game got over with a very cute tactic, I will say, that was bishop captures g7. The point is, of course, you can ignore the threat, but that in that case, what will you play? The threat is to play this, and this is a checkmate threat is there. And if you capture here, then f6 is a very strong move in this case, and you cannot really defend against queen g7. You have to give up the queen, and That's why in that position, after bishop captures g7, black decided to resign the game. So this was the first victory in the history of Chess Olympiad, guys. I hope you enjoyed this game, and we'll be meeting very soon with the next video. So stay tuned for that video, and do check out the videos which we have already uploaded. You can see on the screen, and keep supporting the channel, because we are going to have lots of interesting content on this channel in next few days, and also in the Olympiad, which is going to start from 20th of July till 10th of August in Chennai, India. So see you next time. Thank you for watching the video. Bye bye.